What's up guys, Wraec is here with a new video, well, live stream really, and today, Card Clash event. We have a big event in front of us, we have an uncommonly good event in front of us. It's quite interesting, all of the good stuff going on, a little bit of awakening today, a little bit of gaining loot in general, just some comments, so it's a bit of a small live stream. It is just like not the main event, well, it's then again, the main event of main events, I guess. Soul Awakening session going on, so that is always something to be hyped about. Still not going for it. People asked. Still not going for it, need more copies. But first, let's welcome chat with James, Yusef, Canoros, Wesley, Zack the Dripper, B-Man, and Shiz already here. Thanks guys for joining in. I didn't have really a whole lot of time to announce the stream, so I'm more than happy that you guys joined in, and we're going to do some event stuff. Not too much, but it will be some interesting loot that we are going to get. It will be an interesting adaptation also of this glorious treasure event, which is always pretty cool. I was thinking about whether or not I should do those side events, you know, because, well, like, it's not the best in terms of gaining the materials for the Star Soul. Not that great for that, I'll be honest. Really not that nice. The problem is, or well, the thing about those events is, they are by far the best to gain spiritual essence. And a good way to get Stellar too. And I think, if I don't do those, I'm actually not going to be able to kind of upgrade the next Transcendence hero. So we definitely want to do that. So that means it's a must-have this time. Lex, welcome to the stream. So, the thing that we're going to have to take a look at is how many materials we really need. I'm not too sure. I don't know, guys. Like, we of course need the cards, and we get the enchanted cards from the event. So, I mean, we're going to get the CSG pack, that's okay. And then we have Card Clash of Illusion, which we have to do, obviously. We have Illusion Leaderboard, doesn't matter. This part here is up to 600 this time again, okay. Pretty cool. Is that the smaller chest? No, it's a 90k chest in here as well. 90k chest at 300 is pretty good. Here we have the Starlight Melody, where we have to get the points, so we have to do awakenings, I guess. Okay, that's not that complicated. And then we have to get the cards from here, which you get the cards till 10k, and then it's another point multiplier, which we are definitely going to get. So we're going to spend 300. We're going to spend 300. So that is going to be something that we're going to do. The composition of our spending is in question. I know Mr. Nalt, who always makes the event guides, is a big fan of Flora's Picnic. I can't really agree with that. The thing is, in terms of just raw value on the in-game scale, great event, great pack. 100 USD, you essentially get 15 treasure coupons to get like the contract star chest, and you can high roll this, so then you have like a ton of contract star and all of that. But if you go on SG Hub, obviously, you get a way better deal. So that is not the thing we need. And in recent times, there hasn't been something interesting. I always said that, well, there isn't really anything that I really want to buy. There now kind of is. So, I mean, we now have the option to buy Monster Treasure Train packages, so we can get 25 Monster Treasure coupons. But I'm a bit twisted on it. Because there are some effects in the monster, and before we answer B-Man's question, just as I saw it, mate, which we have to take kind of a look at. So the thing is, you have those effects here down below. So this is Soul Pack Liberation Enhancement, it's called. And what this does is essentially every time you get to the next level, you get one of those effects. So we currently have this one, burn inflicted by monsters, inflict extra 2 million, I think it is, damage when dealing damage. Monsters additionally restore HP for the target hero by 30% of the HP lost. So pretty cool. In that sense, pretty nice. The next time we do a breakthrough, which, I mean, we do require just the material really for. We have the treasure already added. We're going to get the next effect. So those are just added, like this is the first one, then comes the second one, this is the next one. And this one is, after heroes are healed by monsters, when they release basic attack or active skills to target with burn, increase crit for the damage dealt this time by 30%. I hate this effect. Like, this is so much crit, and it just feels too much. I don't know, it just feels too much. So I don't even know if I want to upgrade this anymore, because this, like, essentially this lasts forever. Pretty much lasts forever. You have pretty good chance that this will be active when you go into Flame Shine or a Star Expedition. This will be active throughout the entire fight. So this is pretty crazy. And then you have like the max HP and yeah, so this next effect is kind of like something we're not too happy about. So I was thinking, like, do you even upgrade the Phoenix? Because the problem is, alongside with those effects, you also get the main important one. So like upgrading the level up also upgrades this 88% bonus damage against burning targets, and this is the one you really want. It's fan of Flores in the game mode and arcade, not the event pack. I thought he was a fan of the event pack as well. I don't know, guys. Good crit buff for Williams. I guess Williams is alright. Yeah, for Williams it's pretty good. But you really don't want it on like LFA. LFA and Star Expedition is already like tough to handle the crit and have the right amount. And then you don't even skill anything. But like if you have base crits and not really a whole lot else, and your monster and you're already at 50%, it's kind of crazy. So that's the thing. So let's go through the next questions. Next question was, Wraec, when are you going to go into Awakening session? How far are you away from doing that? So leaderboard wise, we're currently looking at 74k, plenty of chaos going in there, pretty cool. We got a few people there apparently going for like SS core, which is, by the way, also kind of interesting. Just don't put crit anywhere else. Yeah, but look at that. LFA alone gets it from basic attack. Basic attack already has another crit buff. And if you have so many more sources of crit now, you're close to running just 100%. I don't run crit imprints. It's already 20% without crit imprints. And then you get Void Campaign, you get the buffs. And TVP you get buffs, and then you have crit for monster, and suddenly you run 100% crit everywhere, and then you really don't run Balance Strike anymore. And I think we're nearing this weird point where people that invested less in monster may do more damage than people that invest more in monster. So this is a weird thing. Yeah, so the thing I want to say is we're going to go... Last time I think Immortal Toad went 120,000 points. And yeah, so this is the thing. 120,000 points, so this is something that I want to achieve. And I reckon if you now want to be safe, like in this Gala, if I in this Gala went into there and said, okay, I want to feel safe, I needed 20k copies. This is what I reckon, 20k copies, and at that point I would feel safe. Because I know some people out there that have like 18k. You can always reset the Warrior Guild tech. Bro, I have no idea anymore what the Warrior Guild tech does. There is stuff in there, right? This is the damage stuff, this is the HP. We have attack there. Oh, we have the 20% crit, yeah, you're right. The 15% block we really don't need. 20 skill damage is no longer that much. 80 speed is cool. 20% attack again. Yeah, that's the question. Do you want to get rid of that 20% crit? Is this going to be a meta thing? But yeah, like it is a bit crazy. You have 20% crit, and then on LFA it's really the problem that once you do this, you have 4 rounds of another 24% crit, and then maybe you have some from a Star Soul or something. You get some buff from some hero that has it as its 25th option in DT, and then you go into Treasure Train. Treasure Train by now, honestly, so difficult to see. Because you have so much stuff going on. There's some heroes that have crit, and it's tough to see where it really is in the end. Here you have attack. Here's 6.8% crit for Ranger. Then you go into Void Campaign, you check it out. Do we have crit there? Let's see. There, 25% crit. Look at that. It's just already straight up 25% crit. So, just if we go into Void Campaign, and LFA is just in there. He has 20% crit base. He has 30% crit from monster. He has 25% crit from Treasure Train. So, if I use Phoenix without skilling any crit, so without selecting any crit in the things that I can really influence, I am already at 80% crit chance in Void Campaign. Without doing anything. Like, it's just 80% from the start. And that is annoying. That is annoying if you want to use Balance Strike and you are always at 80% crit. So that's crazy. Yeah, so this is something. Preparation-wise, because I want to show this, I always go back between the crit thing and this. Preparation-wise and copy-wise, we're currently looking at this. This is, yeah, you don't want every single part of your skill to crit. You want one of them to not crit, and for example, for LFA, the good amount of crit that you want is about 50%. 55% is pretty perfect for LFA, because you only have like 4 hits in there. If you have a hero that has more hits, for example, let's say SSM, let's say Williams, then you can run higher crit, because then you want 7 out of 8 hits maybe to crit. So that's the thing. But once you hit 100%, you are never going to get any profit from Balance Strike. Yeah, I don't know, Darth Maul. Does Planar Chaos have the copies? I hope he does, because there are some people out of there that are going to come in at the last day, if he doesn't have enough. But I think he's pushing strongly. So I don't know. I don't have that much at the moment. I don't feel happy. Like, I have 10,000 copies here. About that, so that's 10,000 copies. Then I have some like this, like 200, and it's probably another 200 there, and a little bit less over here. With some elite charts, 267, so let's say this is another 2,000 maybe. Or it's another 1,500, so we have like maybe 12k copies over there, and then we have like a bit of stuff over here, and some of those are bigger stacks. Like if you, I mean, those down here you can't awaken, but here you have like another 6 or something. So, or this is another 43. So we have a few copies. We have this all, and I mean I have queens here. We have queens. We have 41 queen copies. And then in the back again, we have some more chests. So I have like 50 chests here, another 50 chests there, 26 chests, 16 chests, 26 chests, 106 chests, 4 chests, 84 chests. So like the chests in here are racking up. Like it's not like there is nothing in here. Those are definitely racking up, and those are becoming more. We have 823 Transcendent Selection chests, which isn't too crazy, but we got it. So we have a few copy chests in here as well. Core-wise, I had to use some lately, which was a bit annoying, but we have 700 as well. And with the copies that you get back and the chests and everything, maybe I have 15-16k. 15-16k, which would indicate that by the time the next Gala comes around, I would be ready. So I could go next Gala. There is no interesting rank for me other than SSS. There is no interesting rank for me other than SSS. I need SSS rank. And I want to go. I will have 20k plus copies at the time. We will have 20k plus copies. We will go for SSS. We will have, as always, infinite starry gems, infinite contract starry gems. So, I mean, that's the thing. The problem is really the copies, because every single time it goes up. You have like last time you have a model Toad going for 120k. Maybe this time, I don't know, Planar Chaos will go for 130k. And you look at that and you say, okay, and now last time I needed 20k copies. Now I need 22k copies, and then it's 24k copies. And acquiring those copies by now takes longer than a year. And then it becomes the real annoying part, the part that I don't really like. When you see that people have farm accounts for it. When they make like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 farm accounts and let them rack up. And then I think most aren't ready yet. There are some farm accounts that were ready because they had copies ahead of time. But we are now running close to the phase where you are going to fight prepared farm accounts. Every single Gala. So where the normal players are fighting farm accounts, partly from other players and partly from Starry Gem farmers. Not SG Hub, by the way, I just want to mention that. And at that point, Awakening Session will be pretty much dead, because you will have a tough time preparing enough copies for that at that point. Because this guy, he can put the account in the corner, he doesn't care about it, and he will just stack up the copies on it. And it will be like a level 100 account with 30k copies. And then he will just awaken. So, ooh, Nathan, thank you, mate. Thanks for the £2. Appreciate that, mate. Appreciate it. Wishing you good luck with Awakening. Now we're going to do probably the copies more in my back this time. I guess the interesting Awakening that is going to happen is going to be once we get into this. Once we get really go for the SSS core. Yeah. But yeah, so I think we're just going to start off doing some stuff. We're just going to go into the Soul Temple, I reckon. I don't really wanna prepare copies. I mean, we could now go ahead and just check and go and see if we have some special copies. I think we're just going to awaken whatever, because I don't want to use the chest. You know, every time we start using chest, we're going to lose out on it. You get the hero chest. You get the hero chest. Yeah, exactly. So with that, you are a little bit faster than you might otherwise be. Which is but everybody gets those. So it's a thing about needing the copies. How many starry gems do you have right now? That's tough to say, mate. Like, I have what I have on my account, which is currently like, so we have 600,000 contract starry here. We have 345,000 starry gems. Yeah, I prepared this for Gala, but I was a little bit early with preparing. Just good time to prepare, and I prepared a little bit. This is no longer enough, so I would need to prepare a little bit more. But we're going to do this when we have time. When we have time, let's say it like this. When we have time, when I feel like it's a good price, then we're going to go ahead and we're going to prepare those. I think that is going to be the best way to do it. And yeah, so not right now, but eventually. And starry gems, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. I have some preparation at the moment that I do, which is kind of interesting. 12-hour stream again. I sure hope not. Last time it was, I think, 9.5 hours, the live stream. I think something like this. And if you people remember, the reason for that was that I thought I could still awaken copies on a Friday. Last time, and people asked me this, they said, Wraec, did you ever go for a core already? Because some people, they were there at the time when I did it, and obviously at that point, I was going for TBB. When she was just newly released, I went for TBB, and we got this TBB with the copy, by the way, that I still use. We have this still. Where is it? Where's my TBB? There. This is the copy that we got from the core. I have to say I soul perfected it a little bit, so it's a little bit better than. We have a pretty cool roll, Taunt Immunity, Defy, Giant Killer, Hunter's Focus. I like this. And yeah, so this is the copy. I got it. I still have it. At the time, TBB was rare. TBB was, of course, super meta, so it was a great hero to get at S tier. And yeah, was pretty fun. Was pretty fun, I have to say. So overall, can't really say that I hated it. Definitely appreciated going for this copy. So yeah, let's go back to the awakening. Hello, coolest new guy. Welcome to the stream. Let's do some more awakenings. Can we just get rid of those? I had those just to annoy Lex a little bit, but I don't think we necessarily need the Fionas for that. So we can do it without the Fionas. Let's do some more awakenings. Yeah, let's get a nice Faith Blade. I think didn't I have an S Faith Blade recently on my account? I don't think I showed that. I think I had an S Faith Blade on my account for a while. And I was like, seems kind of cool, do you want to make a video? But I remembered that I think I already did. At least I did like an A+ or something, or an A tier Faith Blade. SSS Lord Bait? Nah. And of course that would be another question. Like, if I now use an SSS core, it's probably not to get an SSS. And this sounds weird, but if I now get an SSS core, then this is on a hero I probably want to X tier. So the SSS core is just a means to get the copy. And yeah, we have other options. I mean, we now have a full collection. So in terms of heroes on the account, we have a very full collection. We have like multiple S tiers. We have by now, by the way, and I don't know if you guys saw this, we do have on this account every single Transcendence hero at least at S tier. So this is something I completed very, very recently. I want to show this to you guys. So we do have now every single Transcendence hero at S tier or higher. So up to X tier, we have everything in between. I can maybe sort them by Awakened tier. And so we do have every single Transcendence hero now, which I think is really, really cool for some heroes that were in there that took quite a while. Particularly, I think the last one that I got was Finn. Finn I soul perfected, so I had an A+ copy, I soul perfected that to an S tier. Before that we got Sylvie, copy I showed in a video. We have another video coming up on her, because I want to show you guys the shield counter attack mechanic that she has. And this is pretty cool. And before that it was LDA. And I have to say I spent a little bit too much. Like I always wanted an SLDA, and then then there was one in the auction house, and I joined the bidding a little bit, and they bid it up to 135k or something, which was too crazy in my mind. So what I did in the end was I spent 500,000 starry gems on an SSS tier copy of him. Yeah. We can argue about whether or not that was better, but I now got SSS LDA, which is pretty cool. So we do have it. Do you only build one of each Transcendence hero or some with multiple build? I do no longer have any duplicates of any Transcendence heroes. In fact, we had the time once where I had that. So I had 1 or 2 duplicates, I think. And they reverted this in a sense. So now you need all the Crystal of Transcendence and everything to upgrade the divine power on the heroes, the Destiny level. And this actually results in me having a lack of Crystal of Transcendence so severe that I sometimes need to get it from events. So that was like the thing. But I thought it was pretty cool. This is the first moment in time where we have this state of an account that we have all Transcendence heroes at S tier. And I thought this is like pretty cool, because usually this is quite difficult. You have to get the newest one at S tier, and I mean, it is not necessarily worth it. If you get the newest Transcendence hero ASAP at S tier, you usually overpay. For the price of the Ezreal, the Ezreal was a little bit too much. But I mean, like in terms of spending, we do have 2 SSS Mockmans. So this exists. If I take the filter out for the Transcendence heroes, this account, we do have a few more S tiers. We have like this one, this Walkman, which is max stats, so 9,900, 9,999. So this can be upgraded to X tier right now. And we do have a second Mockman that is not the max stats, but it has Giant Candy Fire Armor and damage reduction. So it's another SSS Mockman that we have over here. And I bought the SSS Mockman with the intention to kind of sacrifice it. But then Aika was like, no, you can't sacrifice a Mockman, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. And I was like, yeah, okay, in that case, maybe if I make a video about the Mockman, maybe the prices go up a little bit and then I can sell it. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a hustle right now. And same for this Norton Hake. I mean, I had this still. I was a little bit stupid with the Starry Gems, I don't know. Like, I was too lazy to sell it. So I had this Norton, which is a pretty cool copy. And I was like, okay, I guess I keep it as a tenant. And yeah, I just kept it. So I had this like on this guy. On this guy I had it. I have the minus copy too. So I had it on this guy. And then recently I was like, kind of too insane to have an S tier Norton on like a tenant. And I wanted to sell it. And then I thought like, okay, once I do the Sylvie video, a little bit of secret information, I guess. Once I do the Sylvie video, I reckon the prices are going to go up for Sylvie. And for Norton Hake, for both of them. So at that point I was like, okay, yeah, I guess in that case, I guess the smarter thing to do is you just wait until you did the video. Until you did the video about Norton Hake and Sylvie. So yeah, that is what I'm doing right now. Yeah, whale mentality in a sense, yeah. But not smart. Not smart. I should have sold. Like I often just need a little bit of extra starry gems just because I was too lazy to sell something, and I don't think that's particularly smart. By the way, I actually intentionally decimate my dark and light heroes here. I really don't want them. Auction manipulation? Not really. Would you say? I don't think so. I heard this before. Some guys are stronger than me. I lose all the time. I just lost an IDA, for example. But when I lose an IDA, most of the time it is either because I forgot to set things up, or just because I didn't have the time to set things up because I made the video or something. This time around, I sent a very strong 300 million attack PDE into battle and I think a 240 million attack SQH, which ended as expected with nothing good at all. So yeah, we lost that. We absolutely lost that. Rightfully so. And I mean, that is then often the case why I lose. And it's okay. I mean, if I want to make videos, like I can't have these star assaults all at the same place. So that's good. And in terms of like stronger accounts, yeah, there are some. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm no longer like top in Treasure Train. I'm like top 30 or something. So I'm not really insane there. I have a good Treasure Train, like with a lot of series maxed. So I'm pretty good, but like, what do we have? 24. So there I am. I have 14 treasure series max, we have 51 ping treasures, etc, etc, 254 treasures. But look at that, I'm 24. So I'm not that insane. 24, not that insane, but most series max, like, so it's a decent treasure train. We have over 40 million attack, but there are definitely people ahead of me there. And I just don't see the spending. So that is mostly the problem. I just don't want to spend on that. So we are done here. We're more than done. Okay. I did a little bit too much there. Probably want to have some sublimation material. And on the last one, we go for whatever. Let's see. Easy loot. Point details. It's not bad. We got more B- than E-. Who's the biggest whale nowadays? It's still Toad. It's still Toad. Yeah. Absolutely. Got a good amount of points. So now we're going to go into some spending. I think, if I remember correctly, at least Nulls said that you need one of the packs. So like one of the 100 USD packs from the event, like this one. What's the best you've ever awakened? Excluding cores, so like without B- or B cores or whatever. A- TBB. I think it was. I think the A- TBB was the best. We also got an... Oh no, wait, we got an A tier LFA, I think, in the stream once. I think it was an A tier or an A- LFA, which sold for quite a lot. So that was pretty decent. Including the cores, I also have DTV A-. I got HHA A-, which are some funny clips. And I think Daiko still has those. I didn't see them for quite some time. And then I think I have 6 or 7 A-tier awakens. Can you rate Toad's teams? Probably not possible. I don't have them. So yeah, I can't really. So what we're going to do is we're going to buy one of those packs here. We're going to go into the treasure train packages for the monsters. We're going to buy one of those packs. And now we do have 10,000 VIP XP. Which means we got all the cards from this. Good old times when Jesus was the biggest whale. I don't think Jesus was the biggest whale. I don't think there was the point where he was the biggest whale. I think it was always like Toad being the biggest whale. But Jesus was just better in PvP. Do you reckon? I don't think you can get 20k for any kind of knife. I think you will have to sell the knife and get some money. I think that is probably the way to go there. So we got all of that loot, 44 chests, pretty nice. Some soul symbols, we take it. Yes. So now we do have the cards. We have the smash feature, which means we can go into Card Clash of Illusion. We can buy the remaining cards with gems. And with starry gemish items. Did I forget something? We didn't do this, obviously. We got that. We got that. Starlight Melody doesn't include cards, right? No, it shouldn't. Do we have to restart the game again? Usually it's packed. Another times 4 is on here. could be okay. I'm not too sure. Okay, consume enchanted cards. Okay. Then we are just going to go with the smash feature. I don't know if it's actually enough. The smash feature is too fast. It is not enough. We are at stage 19, which is not good. We didn't clear stage 19 yet, so we have 19 and 20 ahead of us. So how is this going to work out? How are we going to do this? I reckon maybe we need the 20. Do we need the 20? Because we're going to get 4 times more loot. I think getting the 20 is good. What do you guys say? Getting 20? 20 cards? I think we get the 20. Let's try this. Smash. 20 wasn't enough to get through 19? How was 20 cards not enough to get through 19? That is crazy. The 15k thing doesn't give me anything, like the last thing doesn't have cards. Reset just to be safe. How was 20 not enough to get through that? That was crazy. That was really crazy. I think it's bad if you do reset with low cards. Can that be the case? Can that be the case that it's bad if you do it with low cards because you don't get the multipliers? That is crazy. That is really not good. And we have 73k left now. We do get free cards. We do get free cards. But that was still crazy. I think we just get the other 20, then we are safe. I was hoping that we would go a little bit further with that. And we just don't smash. Let's just draw this. Yeah, look at that. But is it just me or... Oh wait, I shouldn't have done that. That was stupid. I spent 1 card too much. Already spent 1 card too much. That is crazy. And here we just draw. Restart to see if you got all the cards. If this is again a bug where I restart and I didn't get all the cards, I'm legit writing another message to support. I'm telling you that. I'm legit writing another message to support. I'm going to restart quickly. Wait, can we do... Is this good? Oh, this is bad. We make be right back. We do be right back. This is good. Taking a break. How do I restart this best? Just restarting this entirely. If this is again a thing where I didn't get all the cards, I'm legit really angry. Usually it's just that I don't get all the points. All the points for the other event. But the cards I usually get. Unless I missed some in the post stuff. Okay, wait. I've seen. Oh, does this again not work? The name of the window of the program always changes. I don't know why. I don't know why, guys. Okay. Yeah, that is good. Okay. Let's collect this. Sometimes you don't get messages. Like you don't get the message with the rewards or something. Sometimes you don't get that. But there shouldn't be cards in here. Yeah, no cards in here. And if we check this now, we got 0 cards. So the card amount was right. It's just that we need to get through this. Last time they just said, oh yeah, sorry, next time we will do the event better. I'm like, okay. Cool. 28 more 3 cards. I think with the 3 cards we are good. That's again that I have to wait for those. 28? Is it that much? Is it that much? We got so much Starklish of Illusion stuff. That's the Moonlight Gift. Soul Awakening. Yeah, okay, we can't see that message anymore. What was the daily loot on this? What is the daily loot? Is it 7? Really? Okay. Yeah, well, I think we are fine with the 28. But it took more. I don't know. Now it said it's just 1. But maybe the second smash was a bad idea. Maybe I should have just gone with 1 smash from the beginning to the end. I don't know how they programmed the smash. I don't know. Let's do Starlight Melody. We first of all have this pack. This is cool because this is a festival ticket box. It is actually pretty nice. Then we have this one, where we are going to go for some Origin Artifact chest, which we are going to keep. Origin Artifact we are going to keep. On this event we spent 300. We got 25 in Monster Treasure coupons. And we got 2 of the packs. So that's overall it. This should be 6,000. Oh, well, 9,000 now. Yeah, that is it. That makes sense. And then we do Claim All. Claim All is pretty cool on this. So the thing is, if you just look at it, this sometimes doesn't even seem too insane because you say like some boxes for heroes, but you get 2.5 million Stellar Shards, which is actually a crazy amount. Crazy amount of Master Toolboxes, which does do nothing for me. But this is insane. Spiritual Essence, you get 825k. 825k Spiritual Essence. If you go into an event, and even in this event, and you just enter the treasury or something, look at that. With the discount, it's 150k for 5 coins. Without the discounts, it's 150k for 10 coins. We only have 120 coins. Which means we could get like 1.5 million of this theoretically. But nonetheless, the 800k that you get from Starlight Melody is like nearly a hero. So it's with some normal gain of the resource and everything, you are usually at like a hero. At like a hero from T0 to T5 or something. And that is pretty crazy. From this, by the way, we want this one. We just need 20 shards of this, but I still take it because the 20 shards that we need actually give us the 5-star here. So we get 5-star portrait of whatever. The rest we have to retire, sadly. And this one is decent. 20% control immunity, Star Expedition, and 10% all damage dealt. Some extra points here as well. So it's pretty good. You get all the things in the chest. You mean like... Wait, where is it? Starlight Melody. You mean like this? Yeah, you get all the things in the chest. You get all the things in the chest, and you get 9,000 points in total with the ×6 multiplier you have. And so if you have to get the 1,500 points. That is the important part. And we did this by doing enchanted cards and awakening heroes. So this has another cost in itself. This cost though? You can mitigate. You can make it a lot cheaper if you go on SG Hub and just get yourself some contract story, because then you can do the awakenings and just get the points like this for very cheap. And then you have to fill up those 1,500 points. Then you get the ×6 multiplier by spending 300 USD on this event, and then you have 90 of those chests alone. Those are 90 chests. And then you have like 45 of those chests, and you have less of those chests, and it all comes together. So then you have a ton of chests, and this is pretty cool. So yeah, 49 for the total week. Yeah, should work out. I think last time we did the same though, like 2 of the card packs, and then 1 other pack. I think we did it like that. But we got a good amount of Origin chests as well, which, by the way, if you are a whale, a little bit of a pointer there. If you are not aware yet, might want to get some of those chests in your bag, because if you have some of those chests in your bag, then you are ready at the time when they release the next artifact, which is going to be in 2 weeks. So 2 weeks until we get the next new artifact. Last time we got scissors. This time around we're going to get something else. Last time we had a bit of a discussion during our live stream where we talked about what it's going to be, and the idea that most people had was like a defensive artifact, which is why we went ahead and we got ourselves like those defensive Origin artifacts. We have 4 exotic shields here in the back, plus we have now 4 chests, 4 Origin artifact chests. So we have 8 in best case, 4 in the worst case. Should be pretty good. Should be pretty good in terms of preparation. We do have now the bad situation that we always get, which is with the reward preview, you can see that we do get another 20 Glorious Treasury coin, which sadly makes this live stream... yeah, we can go into the Glorious Treasury here, we can buy some stuff, but really the top loot that we want to get, we get this, we get less of these Star Swords now, so we have to wait. I will get the Star Swords in 4 days. So it's just a little bit stupid. But we don't have to do that much in terms of Star Swords. Maybe we can take a look at that first. So the plan with Star Swords is the following. I have the Phantom Defier Elena. I kind of want to go with her and get the rest of the Destiny Trail, because this is super high attack. Destiny Trail is pretty fancy. I like this. We need to get level 29 Star Sword for that, and to get that we have to level up. Leveling up requires us first to do the levels here. The levels are super expensive. It's 24,800. So basically, one top event reward per level. So those are 3 top event rewards already. The 4th top event reward could be one of the Star Souls, so we could get the Spectre Star Soul. The last Pupil Eternal Darkness one that we need. I do have a little bit of a problem. So I do have a bunch of shards for that. And I really don't want to waste them. So we have 1,200 shards here. And we have 2,500 or something in the back. So it's another 2,500 here. Which means we are like 3,700, which means we need 1,300 more shards. So I kind of want to get those, really. And then I was like, but I really want to get the attack, until I noticed I only have 40 million Destiny Trails. So really we have to wait anyway, because this is like not even 2 levels. So this is currently the situation in this one. We are maxed on Spectre. So this is good. I think we are also maxed on Nova. I think I did this. Yeah, we are maxed on Nova. We are maxed on Spectre, we are maxed on Nova. So those 2 are done. Which leaves us with Bloom and Time Bloom. And on Bloom, we are not level-wise maxed, actually. So we can get a little bit more here. What we could do to do this, and what would probably be decently smart, I guess. We could get some... the Bunny Rabbit chest from Easter have shards. Yeah, I should check this out. I'm notoriously hoarding chests. We don't need a whole lot here. So this is like 38k that we already have, plus 57. So we need like, let it be 60k. So this is like 1 top event reward, plus like a little bit that we can get from other events. And then we are maxed here, which is worth it though. It's pretty good. Because we maxed this one out and this one gets extra effect. So I should do this sooner than later. Maybe we even get like 1 from this time. And then like get the rest from there. Bunny Rabbit chests from Easter. I don't know how those look. I have nothing here that looks like a Bunny Rabbit chest. This is winter, so it's probably would have been in between, I guess. So I probably used those. Sad. We have Destiny Trail upgrade materials, so we have some there. But this, I don't think, yeah, they are gone. I reckoned that too, when I saw this. So yeah, we are waiting for Reverie boxes. Reverie boxes to give us some stuff, I guess. And then maybe some shards that we gain. The thing is, like, eventually they are going to enhance this, I think. Or give us options to swap extra Star Swords. So yeah, I'm waiting a little bit on this one. Maybe maxing out the abilities. Yeah, this is something we can do. It isn't really worth it, but we can do it. The Destiny Trail on this is already maxed out for the levels, so that is something. And then we have Time Bloom. I think Time Bloom, I'm 29 out of 32 on this one. Yeah, we could get Time Bloom materials and kind of upgrade those abilities for now. Destiny Trail I do for free, obviously, so we can kind of... Oh wait, we're maxed there. Okay, we're maxed now on the Destiny Trail. This is pretty nice. And yeah, we don't need any Star Swords here anymore, so the only thing that we really need are ability levels. Are like the upgrade materials, which is Star Soul Essence and this Star Soul Essence Nova. But this will be quite a lot. This will again probably be 3 top event rewards to max this one out. Which is some burn. It's not bad actually. Like the last ability is not bad. Maybe we max this today. Nova and Time Bloom ability materials. We could do this. I don't mind getting those. Glorious Treasury, however, we really do need Stellar. So The first thing that we are going to go for, we don't necessarily need this, so I'm going to max out discard opportunities on Stella. Random sublimation material, doesn't matter, but we needed 2. And then we need 10 more to get into the T-mats, which is going to be more Stella. And then we have the T-mats, where we're just going to go for... I don't really care. No, my RNG doesn't suck there. My RNG doesn't suck there, I tell you in advance. I'm a pro. I'm a pro at being lucky. Okay, so we got this, and we'll just get one more there. And then we are in the materials. And here we need Nova and Time Bloom, I said, right? Star Soul Essence, we need the Nova, and we need the... wait, no, not misclick, please. And this is the Star Soul Essence for the Time Bloom, okay. So we got those 2. This is all the material that we have there for now. And we will get 20 more. We will get 20 more. So we have a decent chunk of Stella now, which is pretty cool. Somewhere. We have 25 of those monster treasure coupons, and the question now is, do I really want to use them? So this is like, this is the tough thing now. Do you really want to use them even? Because like, yeah, cool, but I don't want the 30 crit. I don't really want the 30 crit. I was about to kind of send DH a message and say like, guys, can you remove the 30 crit? Can you do something there? And then it would be more interesting. I don't know. I was debating on saving it for the next monster. And just like saying, okay, Phoenix decent right now, but like let's keep it at that. Or we just go out and max it. I don't know. Maybe you guys can give the decision. Maybe we just don't upgrade the main part of the monster and just get the stats or something. We couldn't go just for like for the aura. Wasn't there a crit in there somewhere too? Wasn't this like, again, even more crit? Oh, there's no crit here. There's extra speed though, which is cool. Oh yeah. You look at that, there's an extra 10% crit here as well. So we have up to 40% crit chance just from Phoenix. 20 base, 60 already, get 1 basic attack with LFA, and you are like 84% crit chance. Get anything from Void Campaign buffs, or like the 24% that we had for that, you're already over 100%. There's another 10% crit in here. I think this gets upgraded, doesn't it? Does this get upgraded? How much does this get upgraded? I think the middle one is like the culprit here. As a Soul Pack Liberation enhancement that upgrades the crit by 10%. So yeah, what do you guys say? Do we go for the monster? I mean, the RNG is horrendous. It's really horrendous. It's horrible. They put them into Starry Gem though. So at least they did that. So we can get some tickets here. Which is pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not going to wail on it. I'm not going to wail on it. I decided that I'm not going to wail on it. I was thinking about like going for the tickets. I mean, you can spend on it and get like all of the tickets. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to ignore those. Unless we have like a VIP event, then maybe I'm going to get them. And so this is going to be the thing. I don't see myself using this at all. The PvP ring is too good. I can't skip on that. I mean, I get why you guys want to do this, but yeah. You get the Phoenix avatar from Treasure Train, actually. They recently put this in there. You have to go into Treasure Train, and you have to... We already don't have enough. Check this out, it's crazy. We have to get even more. Yeah, so... you have to go into Treasure Train. It's just like the rewards that you get for the Monster Treasure Train. It's over here. If they did 100 skill damage instead of the 30 crit, I'm fine. But they have to stop giving us crit in every corner. Like, bro, it's crazy. Here, you see 118 points. Get the avatar. Yeah, maybe. And then upgrade it again, but I think it's every time you get like, it costs you the stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. Let's do the 25 here. I mean, we do 2 10 bombs. Let's do 2 10 bombs just because it's fun. I want to do them. But usually you get like things that suck. So last time I remember we just got things that suck. Yeah, our super special treasure train tokens here. And I want to remind you guys quickly. 1 treasure ticket, 1 of those, like only opening 1 of those, 4 USD. That's not a joke. I know sometimes people don't think about it. But this was 40 USD. This 10 bomb. 40 USD 10 bomb. That's another 40 USD. So let's check the progress that we got after this. Oh, we actually got the 51. That is like decent-ish. But let's check. And I mean, we got one level up there. That is something. We got one level up. On this one. Monster Soul Pick, Cataclysmic Blade. So this will be an upgrade, I guess. But I want you to remind you, those two 10 bombs, those were 80 USD. Those are the red ones. Rune enhancement. Oh, it's the first one, okay. Okay, we get the first one enhanced. Damage reduction for the team. Okay, that's cool. That is pretty cool. And I mean, this gave us a little bit of HP, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know. It's decent. We just paid 80 USD for that. So this middle one really has me worried with the team crit. This one is okay, this one is okay. Like, this would be good without the crit. And this is like the stuff where you really have to keep your eye on. They are overdoing it with the crit. I think people would have been happy if this didn't grant any stats. If this didn't grant damage reduction, control immunity, or crit. If this was just like in the old ways, HP, attack, and speed. I explain it one more time, but then we have to stop explaining this because I explained it like 3 times. One of the most major buffs in PvE in terms of damage that you can deal is by using Balanced Strike. Balanced Strike requires one hit of your active skill to not deal a crit to be activated. So if you have an active skill that does 4 hits, the game will actually calculate for every single one of those hits whether or not it's a critical strike. And if in the ideal damage scenario is that all but one of your hits are critical hits, and the last hit is not. And for this, to make this scenario reliably work, you wanna have specific crit chances. So for example, if your LFA does 4 hits, to make it semi-reliable that he doesn't crit with 1 strike, but crits with 3 strikes, you want about 55% crit chance. That is about what you want. And because you really want to avoid the scenario as well that all of your hits crit, because then you don't activate Balanced Strike. And what Balanced Strike will then do, if you have this, is it will actually not only multiply the damage of the hit that didn't crit, but also give you a damage buff on the hits that did crit. And this is a great multiplier and will give you insane damage. But as soon as you go ahead and you have like so much crit that you have 100% crit, then you don't get that single hit anymore that didn't crit. So, and the higher the crit chances, the less likely it is for a hero that needs low crit. For example, LFA. LFA needs low crit because he doesn't have a lot of hits in his ult or in his active skill. And so you need like the 55%. For other heroes, I showed, okay, you have like, you have Williams, this is a prominent example where I said I would even run extra crit on him. You have way more hits. You have way more hits that you do. And thus you can have higher crit chance. And in PvE, I said in Void Campaign, I run him on like 80% crit chance. Or even 90% would still be alright, because you have so many hits and so many heroes that you hit. But for LFA, this is a problem. And especially in the boss scenario, one-on-one scenario, it is bad. So you really don't want to have this, and you really don't want to have that much crit. And it's also completely wrong to have 40% crit chance coming from a monster. It's too much. It's just too much. The Age sometimes has to be reminded that you can't scale the extra stats that are on a hero, so like crit chance, crit damage, and everything, that you can't power creep those in the same way that you can power creep attack and HP. Because, I mean, for skill damage, you can have 500, you can have 1000, you can have 2000%. For this skill, it works. But there are things that are like binary in the way they work. They either you have a crit or you don't have a crit. And there is a certain chance for each scenario. And if you power creep sources of crit, you end up with 100%. If you power creep sources of crit damage, you reach the cap. You're just always at the cap. And they, for crit damage, they needed just one power creep because they just did the 2023 festival treasure, which just gave you so much crit damage that all other sources are essentially completely irrelevant. So this was the worst part of power creep that we ever saw. The cap of crit damage is like 150%. So with this, you are already 1/3 there, which is crazy. This is just one treasure, already 50% crit chance, crit damage. And I made a video in the past already warning about this exact scenario where we have just too many stats coming for this. Because you are fine with 55% even if you are at 100 million attack or if you are at 400 million attack. It's still fine. It would still be a totally okay amount. But they just decide that sometimes they do a monster and it has to be a source of those stats. It just can't be a source of like better mechanics. What I would have wished for would be to that. I mean, one thing that they did address was that the heal is too low, because you can't just have this. By the way, they still have this bug in here. They didn't even fix that. Restores 4 HP to 5 million random allies. So this is insane. No, they didn't, John. And they did not. Drinking just a sip of my latte macchiato here. The thing is, this would have been a very fine monster if you just kept it to mechanics. Like, if you didn't say, okay, it does give crit, it can give HP, it can give speed, it can give attack, it was fine at that. But make the abilities more interesting. Just make it be important. Like, the extra damage to burning targets is cool. The heal was outdated. So what could be the identity of Phoenix? And then think about what that could be. Maybe Phoenix can revive one of your heroes one time. It's a super powerful ability, but that could be a thing. Would I recommend this? No, not exactly this one. This would actually be pretty bad. Or keep your hero, 1 or 2 heroes from dying. Like, just give them essentially unbending will or something and make them immune for 1 turn. Something like this. This could have been cool. Like, think about abilities that you want to give this that don't just add base stats. And then let us interact with this so that you have a Phoenix that you can put on a team and you say, okay, Phoenix gives me essentially the saving grace of 2 heroes that instead of dying just becomes immune. So what can I do with this? Is there some cheesy tactic that I can pull off? And then go for every single monster and think about what is the identity. What is the identity of Wolf? Why is Wolf cool? And then one thing that I always say, and I have to say this again at this point, then you go to the guy that made the new Fenrir design. The Fenrir design that was in the contest that they just never used. This Fenrir comes into the game. Because you changed the Phoenix design, there is no way around. I will write that. I will write another support ticket in the live stream if you don't do that. You add the Fallen Fenrir design, you add that to the game and you put it in here once you upgrade Fenrir. This is important. And then you think about the next abilities. And this is what I want to see from monsters. Like interactive abilities where I say, okay, I want to put this on the team. And I want to see other stuff work too. Like, this is the energy thing. This restores energy. So there is a ton of things that we can do. Maybe make heroes in general receive more energy. How cool would that be? Make energy, make all of this a little bit more reliable. Because, I mean, like, keep that in mind. We have a monster that restores energy and it sees no use. How sad is that? Fox is like such a cool monster, but it still sees no use. So make this stronger, make this interesting. And I want to see this, not this guy in particular, but this guy, for example. I want to see those work, because those were always cool. They had like the chance to freeze. Those are CC monsters. We never had CC monsters. Or we never used CC monsters. But I mean, like, this has this 36 chance to freeze 4 random enemies. How cool is that? And then increase 4 random allies 120% of damage. But they were just so bad that they were never used. And now they would need like CI offset and stuff. But you can actually do that. We now see there is the way. There is a way to give monsters stats. So they had this before. So they said, okay, we do have a way to give monster stats apparently. We can all damage dealt Phoenix. We can do that. So why not CI offset for the other monsters and kind of make this an interesting way? Make this one the freeze monster, and then we see how what it can do with freeze. Maybe there is an interesting interaction with that. Maybe we can do the transcendence version of it that Starving Jar already has. And like those are the thoughts that are actually crossing my mind at this point. Yeah, I think Revive is too OP. Revive on a Star Soul is already like broken, but second Revive I think is too OP. But keeping a hero from dying, I think it's okay. So that's the thing. And this like I just want to have them think a little bit more about what they do. I mean, Phoenix looks cool. Design wise, they did a good job. I like this, so this is okay. I think some of the abilities, like the base ability scaling is okay, like the HP and attack is a decent amount. But right now I feel like it just lacks identity. It lacks identity, and it shouldn't be the crit giving stuff. I don't see the identity in, oh yeah, it's giving us crit. So you know what I mean? I don't know if that was necessarily the thing about Phoenix. So yeah, I'm kind of twisted on that. I kind of want to see a little bit more. And yeah, so yeah, basically now that we have all of the loot, there's a little bit more that we can do. I mean, we can kind of bring this guy up again, which I still needed to do. Oh no, we don't have a 10-star. Never mind then. I wanted to get this guy Divine Power again, because this would make it a little bit look a little bit cooler. Oh, we have 10 stars here. Well then mind then, I guess. And then I still have to do one thing. I still have to analyze this event one more time. This one, Superior Soul Boost. I have to analyze this one more time. I have to kind of check how much you need to do to get those puppets, and if it's worth it to do that. Like how good this event really is, I want to analyze a little bit more in depth. Because for the first levels you get like a ton of those puppets, but they're of course lower value, and later on the distance is a whole lot bigger, but you get the bigger puppets. So like for example, I can quickly analyze that. This is 70k difference. And this is about, I think the puppet is about 25k. I think it's 25k merging progress for like, oh, this is a bad example. 25k merging progress for an S tier doing this event. 26,750. So about the third that you get back, which isn't too bad. So I was thinking about how often does it make sense for me to actually do this. Yeah, so this is currently still a thought that I have in my head. We can upgrade this guy a little bit further. Yeah, this was 750 cores. This was 750 cores. Anti-dev for 1 to 2 rounds. I think that would be cool, you know? This was like a thought that I had, that I think it would be cool. Let's get the DT again on this guy. So I want to kind of go into full DT. Probably I will have to reset it, let's be honest about it. But if that is the case, then I just do it. Do I have the full sublimation? Oh yeah, it seems like I have the full sublimation materials already just lying in my bag. That is pretty fancy. So anti-death, I think, would have been a cool ability. Like it doesn't allow you to activate the on-death abilities, so this is alright. And then you still have like a decent chance to maybe for example, imagine you have that in PvE. That's even cool in PvE. You have your main damage dealer, you protect him with Phoenix, and then you get like maybe 2 or 3 active skills off with SSM against like Valkyrs. That could have been nice. I think that it would have been a very fine ability for them to have. Welcome, Parsiwell. Am I late again or am I good? Late side, I would say. You're a little bit on the late side. Because we're just like doing some upgrades here. A little bit. We don't really have a whole lot here. I have to clear this bloody boss. I'm really not set up for it. I didn't do the last levels on the last boss. On the last Void campaign boss. I was just like, okay, I have the strategy, and then I looked and didn't have the setup. So I still have 9 and 10 to clear here. That's like big loot now. I should actually get this. The problem was I didn't have DTV set up, and DTV would have cleared it, and now the next one that's going to be set up, and we are going to be honest about it, and it's a preview of course, we are going to see the limit break on Star Swordsman Mockman eventually. The only thing that I don't know if it's going to be today, tomorrow, it's going to be in a week, maybe in 2 weeks. So he's prepared for that. Obviously I didn't bring him to max stats just to not do that. We are going to plan to do this. We are going to plan to do the limit break here. And it's kind of fancy to see 2 heroes there. And we are going to go and do this eventually. We do have S tier materials, we do have SS materials, we need SSS materials. And then we're going to X tier him. Yo, I got an X, yeah, but it's so perfected. It's so perfected. So it's bit low stats. Bit low stats, but it's yeah. So yeah. But now we have also full divine power here. So this looks a little bit more fancy, I guess. Wait, we can also upgrade the level here. Should do that too. Yeah. It's like the 8th time. I mean, you can always rewatch the streams, so they don't really run away. I think with the remaining 2 coins that we get here for the Glorious Treasury, we're just going to get the same materials once again, and just upgrade the Time Bloom abilities a little bit further, so that we get them to 32, I guess. So this is going to be the thing that we are going to do, which is, I mean, probably if we get... Oh wait, this is too much, right? When we upgrade now, we get to 31. And then we need to get to 32. So what we have right here... This is 2k off... Oh wait, we shouldn't do that. Oh, that's annoying. I think we also need Reverie boxes to max this. Because we get 50k. We get 50k of the ability materials. And we can't split those. So if we now get another 50k, we get to max this, yeah, but then we probably only need like 30k for the rest, and we stand there with like 18k, which is substantial, because across both of those it's probably going to be like 35, 40k that we just wasted, essentially. And I don't see myself wasting like a whole ass event reward, so that is not going to be that cool. So maybe we have to do this another way. Maybe this is going to be another Reverie gift boxes thing. We go into that, and then maybe we focus with the 2 remaining materials on this one. We can get 1 in there, probably, and then I can get like a little bit into PDE. So I'm going to split it. It's not going to give us any actual progress. I'm going to throw 1 into Bloom, I'm going to throw 1 on PDE, and then just going to try to max it mostly rather efficiently. Kind of shocked they didn't bring the new monster mats to make money. They have brought new monster mats. Where is it? Here. Soul-infused rune crystal. Soul-infused crystal. And ethereal soul. Those are the new monster materials. You always need them. Check this out. I didn't know if you saw this. If I want to upgrade monster aura, for example, it says this. The old stuff. And then I need the new stuff. Soul-infused crystals. And of course, I mean, you see the difference is like 235 of this, I have 2.5 million, and I need 30k of this, and I have 145k. So yeah, they brought new monster materials. And for the upgrade here, you need the Ethereal Soul, which is like the rarest of the materials. So yeah. Do you need new monster materials? Definitely. Yeah, other than that, we did the video on ATD yesterday. Did a little bit of that. And the next one that's going to come up is Starwing Jara. Starwing Jara, for me personally, is one of my favorite heroes. So I'm very much looking forward to this video. I actually, at the time when we had the sustain meta, I brought back Starwing Jara. And people were like, you're crazy. But she actually deals good damage. And Starwing Jara eventually became off meta because TVB could just insta-CC. And then Starwing Jara was just useless. I have a pretty cool role as well. Damage reduction, control precision, ship crusher, hunter's focus, pretty good role. And yeah, so it's one of the heroes that I really like. They don't often see play. But I used her in Void Vortex. When we did the last Void Vortex clear, I just said, okay, everybody uses something else. Let's bring out the Starwing Jara and get the extra CC. I think I saw that, yeah. We had this on SG Hub. And by the way, if you guys haven't seen it, we've done some extra fancy stuff on SG Hub. I probably can't really show that in this stream, but we did some extra fancy stuff on SG Hub. The stuff that we did, I did get access on SG Hub to server tags, it is called. Server tags. And it's like Discord had the idea that they want to do guilds on Discord. And your server can essentially become a guild. And it costs you 3 boosts. It's kind of, I don't know if you guys seen this. If you know the Discord boost stuff. Essentially, you can boost the server on Discord. And if you want to buy a Discord boost, it's super expensive. But it eats up 3 boosts. And now we have... Is SG Up the Discord link in your bio? I have 2 Discord links, like if you're on Discord and you want to join SG Hub, the easiest way is to just click the SGHB tag behind my name. It says SGHB, that's our server tag, and through that you can also join SG Hub. Other than that, we now actually do have a server tag. I don't know if I can show you this because it doesn't let me go into chat through the Creator Studio. So maybe wait, I will just have to go like this, maybe. I just don't want to make sound. It's actually quite easy because our new link for Discord is just this. It's just discord.gg/sgup. So it's very, very easy to remember. We know I didn't change this now everywhere, but we no longer have this complicated. We no longer have a complicated link. It's just discord.gg/sgup. So you will find it very easily. And you can also join on Discord, because you can join any server on Discord just by typing that the last part of the invitation in. So you can just click on Discord on joining a new server on the plus button, and if you type SG Hub into that, it will actually bring you to our server. So this also makes it very easy to join. You should update the description on the video. Yeah. I still have to do that. It's a little bit old. I didn't do that for everyone now because we set this up like 2 days ago. I was just like in the mood of getting this all going. And what we also did, and which is very, very cool, we got access to the new animated role colors, which means you can actually get the color effect on a role, and it will flash in different colors. And this looks very, very fancy. And we gave it a little bit of time and set up a role for boosters with this color. And we set up a role for our VIPs and of course for staff members. And all of those 3 roles, they have like this special color. So if you want to chat there and you want to look extra fancy, you can boost the server. Or if you bought 300,000 Starry Gems in the past from us, you can also check this out. And we have it's pretty cool. And what I definitely recommend you guys doing though, is you can get this SGHB tag. If you don't have that yet, if you have no idea about server tags, just get the SGHB tag from our Discord. I posted a little bit of a guide there as well. Maybe you can find that, or you can just Google it. You will find this pretty easy. It's in your profile settings. And then you have just this SGHB tag behind your name. And in the future, I plan to do a giveaway for Starry Gems just for the people that have this tag. So this is going to be a thing as well. How many S. Norton Hack copies do you have again? I have 1 S. Norton Hack. This one is a pretty cool copy. 9,132 attack. And we have twine immunity on that. And then I have 1 more copy. And this is the copy that I recently bought. And this is the newer copy, which is over here. And this is an SS copy with SSS speed. So pretty nice as well. It has the fire silence immunity. I don't know why. I kind of want to roll it into twine or stun immunity. I think mostly twine. Not really because I don't fear the stun. But the thing is, with twine you get energy drain to take a lot of damage. I mostly want to keep damage from this guy away, because I just need him to live for the combo. I will show you the combo. I don't want to do it in this video. Oh yeah, so this is set up. So as I said, the plan is I get 1 food SS tier, then we're going to do video. Going to make X tier SSM, and X tier SSM, like the idea is, this is the boss carry, XLFA, big flex. This is the PvP carry, XIHP, And this is the PvE carry, XSX SSM. So we're going to go with Giant Killer on this guy. I want to have like Giant Killer Defier, Burn Immunity, and just put him into PvE and just destroy everything with it. So this is going to be a thing. Are you still using Williams for anything? Right now, not really. I like Williams. I think he's very cool. He has very cool animations and is overall a very, very strong hero. But with the series for the Transcendent series and everything that we did, I currently have like all of my Star Souls somewhere else, and I need heroes as tenants, and it's all a little bit of a chaos on my account. So we are not really doing anything in terms of clearing. We are not really doing anything in terms of PvP. I'm getting ready every single time for Star Expedition. But that is about all. So for example, I lost an IDA today because I have nothing set up. We don't, like, if you check out my account, I have XT heroes in there, but I have X IHP without soul power and without hormone and everything, so yeah. Yeah, he's going to get burn immunity, so this is going to be the plan, to go for burn immunity. I still have to reroll the IHP, which is kind of annoying. I kind of want to reroll her still, but I didn't get to that. Wait, it's rolled wrong. I tried all the buttons, but it's one that I want to click. Now this is skill damage, it's body protection, it's burn immunity, so it's 3 good stats. Crit reduces dot received is something I do not want, and I wanted some other stats on that, but re-rolling it, I spent already like 250 hammers on her and just still didn't get a better roll. Getting burn immunity is kind of annoying. I saved up 45 hammers in case we do it this week. In case we do SSM this week, I have 45 hammers ready, so we can re-roll. But the goal is really... yeah, kind of similar like this, but probably instead of Hunter's Focus, we go like Burn Immunity. I want to get Pure Flow as well, because the thing is, if you have Giant Killer Defier, Burn Immunity, Pure Flow, then you can also use him in PvP. So we can use him in PvP then. But for PvP, if we want to use him in PvP, we need Pure Flow. Without Pure Flow, he's not usable. And then you can build like a double counter-attack-ish team with Sylvie, Norton Haig, with SSM, and do some stuff there. So this could be very, very cool. And it's something that I definitely want to try. Do you think the Age will release heroes with 3-round CC? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think we have the level of commonness on those X tiers that we had with like the S tiers at some point. You know, I bet if you are like one of the bigger clans, you know a lot of people with S tiers. It's not the same with X tiers. Like maybe 3-4 people with X tiers, and that's about it. And I think it's not going to get way more. Eventually there's going to be a 5th and eventually a 6th person, but we're also running out of SSS tiers, so like, yeah, difficult. And up until now it wasn't even plannable. I think many people also forgot about this. This event is everything that makes it possible to do X tiers. Like without this event, it's essentially 100% more expensive to go for X tier, which means you will spend around 1.15 million starry gems to get a hero from SSS tier to X tier, under the assumption that you are able to max it out by using one singular SSS tier. So it has to be kind of high rollish already. And this event makes it a whole lot cheaper. This event takes like the sacrifice SSS tier away that you need to get the stats to max tier. So instead of spending 500k, you go ahead and you spend like 100k. So this saves you like 400,000 starry gems this event, which is crazy, and gives you a little bit back here as well. So it's actually a huge starry gem saver for the people going for X tier. Yeah. Of course, there are other options to this event too. What I thought about doing was like enhancing Sylvie a little bit more because she's kind of low rollish. So I thought about maybe we'll go for a little bit more. And you can kind of better understand it through Soul Gathering statue. Okay, I mean, it's okay. Wait, it's not even that low rollish. I thought it was low rollish. Oh wait, it really isn't. It really isn't low rollish. It's pretty high rollish even. 9,138 is actually nearly SSS tier. That's crazy. 6,885. And she can still get 1k soul power. You see, this is also SS tier. That's is crazy copy, by the way. Like, the Wukong is crazy that I have. That is max stats for an SS tier. You can't get more stats on an SS tier. This is the highest it goes. And it has like 9,500 attack, 97 speed. And you would, like, if I told you this is SSS tier, you wouldn't doubt it. Let's be honest. If I told you this is an SSS tier, you wouldn't doubt it. And if you got those stats from an SSS core, you would be happy. Like, this is crazy. This is so nice because it just has this low roll S tier HP, has so high speed, so high attack, just because of that. The thing is, advancing SS copies to SSS tiers annoyingly expensive. You have 3 A+ that you throw in there. It's like 60k. And you have 55k probably for this, so you have 115k. Plus you need the 2 SS tiers if you're lucky, that's 110k each. So yeah, another 220 there, so you spend over 330,000 starry gems to upgrade a copy from SSS to SSSS, which... 330k, and then you have low roll SSS. You have the lowest low roll SSS. Which is not nice, because then if you want to enhance it, you spend 5 or 6 S tiers to do that. So then you need another 300,000 to bring that to, or 350,000 we should probably say, to bring that to max that's SSS tier. Which means you are already at like 650k spent, and then you need 1 S tier, 1 SS tier, and like an SSS tier, which means it's probably... yeah, let's say it's another 500k. And at that point, it costs you way over 1 million starry gems, plus the copy itself, which was over 400k starry gems, to go to get like an X tier Wukong. That's just too expensive. Like, and that is why people ask me, and I said like, okay, I will never do it. Yeah, of course, Tiamu, you would be mad if you got an SS from an SSS core, but it was just like, if this had an SSS patch. So if this was like an SSS tier and you got these stats, the distribution, and let's just assume it would be SSS tier. You wouldn't be mad because it's like high roll attack, high roll speed, so what do you want to complain about? It's pretty nice. But I don't do that. I don't do that. We always go for like an SSS tier, and then we go for an SSS core, and then we will enhance it. So if I want to have like a specific copy of any Transcendence hero, next time around, we will go for an SSS tier, and then we will see what is. X overrated? No, not really. The only thing is that I don't think anybody has a decent role on any SSS yet. I think my LFA probably is the closest to having like a decent role, but that's not a PvP role. So I don't think we have seen any X tier yet with a decent role in PvP. Because it's just like, yeah, DH didn't balance for the hammers. You need to reroll that copy completely once you have it at X tier. And then the big whales, I include myself in that because I also have 2 of them. They had like 1 or 2 or more X tiers at the same time. And like, if you do 5 X tiers at the same time, you probably need like 1,500, 2,000 hammers to get that good. To make that good in some way. And even at best, you get like 85 hammers a week. So, not too great. And that means we are still within the time frame of anybody getting decent rolls. Like, this is still my role here. And this obviously has crit and reduced dot received, so we have 3 good stats on a 5 stat copy. So we need 5 good stats, obviously. And it can make a huge difference. For example, this role is not perfect because it doesn't have Pure Flow. Pure Flow would be the bare minimum that we all needed on top. We need Burn Immunity, Body Protection, Pure Flow. Because Pure Flow gives us CC immunity. And without Pure Flow, this copy isn't CC immune, which means it's vulnerable to, for example, TB or other forms of CC. Without that, there is no CC that can hit her. And at that point, we're talking a lot better than SSS tier. Like the stats alone can make it a lot better, but there is none. So it's difficult. So it's difficult to get the hammers for that. In my opinion, they should have made it, which could be considered a little bit unfair, but I think they should have made a challenge. it feels a little bit stupid, but they have this S tier challenge. Give us an X tier challenge and just let it give you 500, 600 hammers. Which seems stupid, but it would have been good, actually, at that point. I thought all stats have to be 9,900 plus. They are. They are. It's 99. The thing is, usually you have distributions like this, where you have, for example, like an S tier stat or something. You have lower stats. You can't have that on X tier, actually. The lowest stat that you can have on X tier is 99 for speed, 9,900 for attack, 9,900 for HP. That's the lowest stat for each of the slots. The other slots have to be higher. The reason for that is that the first thing you need to do to make an X tier is that you need to enhance the copy to max stats. And the max stats at this point are exactly what you see right here. Those are the max stats for SSS tier. And it won't allow you to go any higher. So an SSS copy can't have any X tier stat. So even if you have like a high roll and your attack hits 9,900 way before the rest of your stats, then it will be blocked. It will be stopped, and then the rest of the stats will catch up. And then you will have a copy that looks like this. Every single copy before you upgrade it to X tier will look like this. And then it will unlock Limit Break. And then you can go into Limit Break and you can enhance it. And this will be a regular soul enhancement. So it can distribute between the stats. It can also, and we had this on the IHP, just not give you stats to one thing. So I think on IHP we didn't get any attack added to the Awakened attack. So the Awakened attack was actually 9,900, so SSS tier, while the copy was X tier. Then I soul perfected it a little bit further just because I didn't like that. I wanted to have all my stats at X tier. And for the LFA, we of course went way further because I wanted to see how it looks when we have over 10,000. 5-digit. And you can go way further. So what you can do is you can upgrade this 77 more bars. The bars suck though. So it's only 60 stats per bar. So yeah. And this brings you then to the final stats. And the final stats for this are 11,900. So if you fully upgrade your X LFA, which at that point, by the way, even with the event, you kind of need high tier copies as well. So if I throw an SSS tier on that now, that would be like 37k. So SSS tier never makes sense. By the way, a soul perfection tip. A tip from the expert, I say. Never buy SSS tier for soul perfection. Buy S tier. S tier is way better in terms of value. But like this would give us 26,000 points. Divide that by 3,000, so then you have what is that? 7 bars, 8 bars. So about 8 bars, a little bit more, nearly 9 bars. Let's say it's 9 bars. And then I get 9 times 60. So this would be 540 stats distributed between that. But at the end, no matter the distribution that we achieve, we can see, for example, we have a little bit higher Awakened attack here than the other stats. At the end, the copy would cap at 11,900. So it would be 11,900 in the first slot, 11,900 in the second slot, and then it would be 119 speed. And it would be exactly 119 speed. It would not be 119.5 or something, it would be 119 speed. And that is the max stats. And so far, I haven't seen anybody do this. Because you have to keep in mind, while this gives me, let's say 8.5, because for this right now we have to be a little bit more precise. Let's say this gives me 8.5 bars. Right now, just to max this, we have 77 bars there on the calculator. So 77 bars, we just assume they are full bars, which they are not, but it's close enough. Would mean 231,000. If I divide this by 27,750, what an S tier gives me, we have 8 0.635 if I multiply that with the average value that an S tier at the moment has, which is about 55,000, then to get this copy to 11,900 would cost me 474,953 starry gems, so 475k starry gems, just to get this for the max stats. So this is rather expensive. That's why most people don't do it, because you can build another X tier for that, essentially. Yeah. So much so for stats. You can build another X tier for that. Just for the enhancing cost. If you are a big whale and you want to do that, cool. I thought the going one time for like the 5-digit stats was cool. But on IHP I didn't do it. Like if we check on IHP, I just made it visually nice, just to get rid of this low roll attack. But then I stopped. So I didn't enhance it further. So we now have X tier on every single stat. That is what I wanted. And with that I stopped. No, you can't summon those. X tiers are not summonable. The summoning system goes from E- to SSS. It doesn't include X tier. I think Lexi was talking about the theories as well. Aika was talking about the theories as well. But about that they might go for XX and XXX. And I was like, okay, cool. I mean, go ahead. Why not? But the amount of people that can afford like an X is already so low. The amount of people that can just say, I can get this just because it is stronger. And it is stronger. I mean, it is definitely is stronger. I don't really have to think about getting this. It is fairly okay for me to do an X tier. For most people, it is not even okay for them to get an S tier. It doesn't make sense on their account. So that's a difficult thing. And I think if you haven't spent millions and millions and millions of starry gems on your account, it probably won't make sense for you to go X tier. But it's fancy. It's cool. So yeah, that's roughly what I wanted to say about this. We'll see. Is there anything else we need to talk about? I don't think there is, right? Not happy with the Phoenix. We talked about that. Cartilage of Illusion, probably going to take a few more days. I'm going to have to do the Spectre transfer quest. We're probably not going to do the Starving Jara video. I don't know when I'm going to do the Starving Jara video. I'm going to analyze the Superior Soul Boost event, but I'm not going to make a video about this. It seems more of a publicity stunt. I think they wanted to keep like the big whales spending or interested. Because like for me personally, it's an update for 3 people. Darth Maul, let's be serious. It's an update for 3 people or something. It happens that I'm one of those people, given the specific situation with SG up and everything I'm in. But for me it was interesting because I like the experiment of just checking, okay, what does body perfection really do, or body protection really do? What does pure flow do? And of course, pure flow, body protection, those are powerful perks. So I liked them. I thought that was kind of fancy. But really for the most people it doesn't matter. I think it was kind of a little bit of a whale entertainment. I was a bit complaining about the distance between low spenders and like whales. It was getting a little bit smaller. I think they were aware of that, because the treasure train system built like an insane distance between free-to-play and whales, and then an even more insane distance between megalodons and mid-spenders, let's say it like that. And this kind of has fallen a little bit apart, with people having more and more substantial treasure trains, especially mid-spenders, and whales kind of hitting the cap all the time. Because like if you see my treasure train, for example, it is kind of an example for that. Yeah, I could go for more festival, but let's take festival to the side. Like most people don't have too many treasure series maxed. But look at the amount of summons that I have there. 567, 4.4 million. So if there is a new treasure train series, and it happens to be an up series as well, it's just that I can just max it with this, and I can max the next one after as well. And they make no money on X copies? Not exactly true. Directly, yes. That is true. Directly, there is no spending for an X tier copy that somebody will do outside of like the SG black market, because none of those people will get starry gems in game for that. That is right. On the other hand, if somebody like Toad, for example, stays entertained in the game and says, oh, now I have those X tier copies and I can roll them to an insane degree and make like insane PvP footage with it, or do strong stuff with it, then this is for them also interesting, because while he doesn't immediately spend on the copy, he will maybe spend on the next treasure train. He will maybe say, oh, I want to have the monster. So I think it's kind of the idea that they just wanted to give their megalodons a little bit of a nice juicy steak that they can be happy about and that they can maybe destroy some noobs with and just keep them happy in the game. I think that was mostly it. I haven't really seen another reason for it, other than that. So yeah. But I guess that's it. And for me, I mean, YouTuber is good content. And once we made the LFA video, I don't know if he cared, but they lost Jesus, like, so that's gotta be scary. And those are people that when Jesus quit, I bet 2 people were fired. Like straight up 2 people at the H Games were just fired. And they just had to go home because they said, that guy basically paid for you. I bet that was the case. And for me as YouTuber, it's great because I can make content. I can make like XTLFA. People were hyped about this video. It was pretty cool. A little bit less hyped about IHP. But I reckon people are going to like XSSM. I reckon people are going to like that. So I'm optimistic that people will want to see that and will want to check out the video about an XSSM. We're going to make a cool roll on it. We're going to do a little bit of PvP. And yeah. Jesus' account was sold. If I remember correctly, to somebody in your clan, Darth Maul. But I don't know. And Jesus sold some of his copies. Incidentally, the copy from Jesus, the IHP copy from Jesus is this copy. This is Jesus' IHP copy. Yeah. Tiamo, I don't know about the prices there. So, yeah, this is Jesus' IHP copy. This here is Jesus SFX. Oh, it's Plania Chaos. Okay, then then this is the account. This is the account. So yeah, we found this pretty quickly. I didn't remember. I just remembered that Jesus was talking to me about like selling the copies, and I said, okay, yeah, show me the copies. I'll take some. Because I wanted some of his copies, and I think I took like 2 or 3, and the rest was sold in between. Okay. And then now he plays some monkey game. I don't know. I've always forget the name, but he apparently had fun with it. I didn't talk to him in quite a while. So yeah. Wasn't that like? Wait, isn't that the old guild? Isn't that the old guild from Jesus? Wasn't that like remaked? Yeah, look at that. Yeah. This was Jesus before. So yeah. Darth Maul. Plania Chaos. I poached him. Do you see that? He's in the guild. It's kind of funny. Because this is the old Omega Project guild. And this is now the Utopia Project. I don't even know what it's called. Whatever it's called. Guild. And it was Jesus, of course, in there. So Jesus, the old Flame Shrine records, they still show the results. So you can still see the old players that were in here. But as soon as the name of the account changed, the name also changes here. So those are, of course, people that quit. But this one was Jesus' account. So we still have Plania Chaos here. In the last stage. In the last stage, by the way. In the ones before, it doesn't show that. So it says early Jesus is here on the 59th stage. On the 60th stage, it gives the current state of the account. So this is Plania Chaos. I could have found out about this, but I forgot. Yeah. So this is everything for now. I think we did a nice live stream. Decent enough live stream. I will probably make a video about Sylvie, I reckon, will be the first one coming up. And then we have to see. I want to make the Starving Jara video as well, of course. We want to continue the series. And my name isn't in there. This is like way before my time. This is way before my time. And my old guild at that time, like at that account state, when I was still a noob account, wasn't this one. My first guild was on S48 Sparta Syndicate. And there I should be in the Flame Shrine rankings too. There I should be in the Flame Shrine rankings too. And after Sparta Syndicate, I joined a guild called Chronicles. Which should be somewhere here. There we go. I joined Chronicles. That was in Season 4. In about Season 4 of Ace Championship, I was in Chronicles. So you should be able to see me somewhere. Wait, we can't see this anymore, right? Or can you see the schedule for the different seasons? No, you can't. But I was in there. So I was in this guild. I was at that time. This was Chronicles, and Chronicles later on merged into Paragon, I think. Should be somewhere here. I was all the global times at there. I see it. Brauerei! Yes, let's see that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Omega Project versus Global. But I think at that point I was already in Omega Project. See, we have Paragon, but I think I was already in Omega Project at that time. I don't remember when I joined Omega Project. But yeah, so then I was in Omega Project with Jesus and all of that. So that was like the United Wales. United Wales, wasn't United Wales the ones that also made the trailer? They had didn't they have this trailer with this Asian dude and then some girls that wanted you to join United Wales? Wasn't it that guild? I briefly remember something in my head that they had a trailer. Was that the case, Darth Maul? Tell me. If you remember, I don't know, it was a long time ago. But I remember something like this. It was one of the more curious times. It was better times than Idle Heroes, definitely. There were more guilds, there were more things happening. It was a little bit more... Yeah, I don't want to say more active. Still very active today, actually. We wouldn't think so. I think if you ask somebody 2 years ago how active Idle Heroes would be today, they would have said there was nothing going on. But it's actually not true. It's actually still fairly active. So yeah, that was just what I wanted to say. I'm not sure we merged with Hell. I remember there was one. I'm pretty sure, mate. I don't know if somebody finds it. I don't know, shall we post this to my Discord? I'm not sure. Doesn't matter. So, yeah. For now, everybody, thank you for joining this live stream. If you haven't already, then click the subscribe button. We're still at 70% people that haven't subscribed to this channel. If you are on Discord, then definitely check out SG Hub, discord.gg/SG Hub, or just if you want to click the plus button on Discord and join a new server, just type SG Hub in there, SGHUB. And then you can also get our SGHB server tag, which I absolutely recommend you get. And we're probably going to do a giveaway pretty soon. So that's the thing. So with that, I wish you a great day and we'll see us in the next one.